Guess what's back just in time for summer, La Niña? Australia's Bureau of Meteorology has just made it official. We've been seeing the signs in the Pacific Ocean since early October, and now all the pieces of the puzzle have fallen into place. So, what does this mean? Well, if you remember the last La Niña, in 2023, you might be bracing for a ton of rain. But hold on, this year is shaping up to be a bit different. Let's break it down. La Niña is part of a massive climate pattern called the El Niño Southern Oscillation, or ENSO for short. This cycle happens every 2 to 7 years and has a huge impact on weather all over the globe, especially here in Australia. It has 3 phases: El Niño, La Niña, and neutral. El Niño, which we often hear about, usually brings us drier, hotter weather, increasing the risk of bushfires. La Niña, its counterpart, is the opposite. It's famous for bringing wetter than average conditions, more storms, and a higher chance of tropical cyclones, particularly for the eastern and northern parts of the country. The way it works is fascinating. During La Niña, the trade winds blowing east to west across the equatorial Pacific get stronger. This pushes the warm surface water towards the western Pacific, piling it up near Australia. This warm water evaporates, creating more clouds and, you guessed it, more rain. The Bureau of Meteorology doesn't just declare a La Niña overnight. They need to see these conditions sustained in both the ocean and the atmosphere for a while. It's a bit like a retrospective diagnosis. They've been watching the trade winds, the atmospheric pressure, and the cloud patterns. And everything is now pointing to a classic La Niña setup. The ocean and atmosphere are essentially working together, reinforcing this pattern. Now, here's the twist for this summer. This particular La Niña is looking pretty weak and is expected to be short-lived. Forecasters think we'll be back to neutral conditions by early 2026. This is a big deal because it changes the whole outlook. But wait. There's another major player on the field this year, and it's called the Southern Annular Mode, or SAM. Think of it as a belt of strong westerly winds that circles Antarctica. This belt can shift north or south, and right now, it's in a negative phase. A negative SAM tends to pull weather systems further north over southern Australia, often bringing wetter conditions to some parts and drier to others. Since early October, this negative SAM has been active, and its westerly winds are essentially fighting against La Niña's easterly winds. It's a real atmospheric tug-of-war. This counteracting effect is a big reason why this La Niña isn't expected to pack its usual punch. The Bureau's own rainfall forecast suggests that this La Niña will have very little overall influence on our weather. So, despite the official declaration, we aren't necessarily in for a classic wet La Niña summer. So what can we actually expect for summer? The latest long-range outlooks are predicting near or even below average rainfall for a lot of the country. And get ready for the heat, because abnormally warm days are also on the forecast. This is partly because our sea surface temperatures have been incredibly high. In fact, October was the second warmest on record for the waters around Australia. These unusually warm seas are likely to stick around from December through to February, especially along the East Coast. While that sounds nice for a swim, it can also add extra fuel to any storms or cyclones that do form, potentially making them more severe. It's a complex picture. A weak La Niña, a counteracting negative Sam, and record warm oceans all mixing together. So, to recap, yes, La Niña is officially here. But no, it doesn't automatically mean your summer plans will be a total washout. Thanks to the negative Southern Annular Mode, its influence is being significantly weakened. We're likely looking at a hotter than average summer, with rainfall that is close to or even below normal. For many areas, it's a great reminder of just how dynamic and complex our climate system is. Multiple large-scale drivers are always interacting, and it's their combined effect that shapes the weather we experience day to day. It's always a good idea to stay updated with your local forecasts as summer progresses. Things can change, and being prepared is a key part of living in a country with such variable weather. Thanks for watching and getting the lowdown on our summer weather outlook. If you found this explanation helpful, give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more deep dives into the science behind our weather. Stay safe and enjoy your summer. See you next time.